Hello everyone, it's Melissa and I'm back with another layout. This one is from my daughter's swim season. I just grabbed a couple. I take tons of photos and videos and just wanted to capture this memory and her love for swim on a 12 by 12 layout. So I'm starting by pulling the items that I hope to use from my stash, from my jar. And the only one that doesn't make it on again are the doilies. I pulled this again. I'm going to have to try to get these used. But everything else, yes, definitely gets used. I cut the title from my silhouette cameo and it says eat, sleep, swim, repeat. And I just love it. So a while back, Susanna Lee, she's also a YouTuber here, she posted a layout and a video, and she's also a swim mom, and she posted a great project, and her title said swim, and it popped. She had white cardstock. I'm in fact using a light blue just for my stash, and just using the packaging technique. You'll see I've got faded jeans distress oxide, and here I have also pulled out my glimmer mist in the color sapphire. That is an oldie from my stash. I'm wanting to add more color, so I am going to put this on the package and spread it down with some water just to give the blue a little bit darker. And yeah, I kind of want that to be more dark in the background so that when I add my white title down, it really pops off there. And there you can see I haven't glued anything yet, but I'm just auditioning pieces from my sports stickers and my spring and summer ephemera box, Project Life cards, some scraps of pattern paper, some stickers, and you guys, those are super old overlays. There's my box of frames and some swimming paper from my stash. And actually that paper says breathing is overrated, so that's kind of fun. Yeah, so you can see I'm using some epoxy stickers, and I'm just going to get started. And again, this layout, I managed to do my title first, which I love. So I'm going to adhere down that swimming paper on the left side of the layout. And as you'll see, I've already glued my title. I'm going to add some ribbon just to separate the two, and that's just for my stash, and I'm going to adhere that with score tape, and then I'm going to use my tiny attacher on both ends just for some added texture. Now I'm going to lay my photographs out, but I'm going to cut the white border off. Oh, and here, this to do, check. This is an old, like I mentioned, overlay from my stash. Older than dirt, you guys, from Basic Gray, and I can't tell you how many times I've wanted to use it. And although I don't love it on this page, I'm glad it's out of my stash. So I just ran that through the sticker maker because I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to or where I'm going to put that, so I'd rather have it sticky and ready to go. I do in fact use the other half of that acetate in another part of my layout. So you can see here I've got Project Life cards. That one happens to be from Cassie from Paper Issues. When you place an order with them, they send you a fun, usually playful type Project Life card as a thank you. This one's been in my stash forever. And one of the reasons why I pulled it was because it read as a purple blue to me. And so my daughter's swim colors her team colors are purple and black. So yeah, I'm kind of wanting to go with the coral, the blue, the navy, kind of the purpley and teal type colors. And yeah, I in the end, I love how it turned out. The color combinations were awesome. I actually kind of pulled them from one of the sticker sheets that I had hoped to use. And that's where the red came in and the orange. So yeah, I'm just kind of liking it. Yeah, you can see I just put a picture of her down there. It's got her, you get times, excuse me, you get times and they write them in Sharpie on your hand so you know which race you have to do and where you have to be and what time when, because there's a gentleman calling your races and, doing the your mark gets that go type things with the mic, and you got to be where you need to be. So they write them on all of the swimmers' hands. So Yeah, this is an old chipboard frame that was hanging out in my stash, and you could just see I just used my hole punch and put a hole there, and eventually I will add an eyelet from my stash and put some baker's twine, some blue and white baker's twine through that hole. Um, yeah, so yeah, I'm just adhering it down for right now. And one of the things I want to talk about is my daughter's love for swimming. And although she is not the greatest swimmer by all means, she gives it 110%. So, my title, if you're a swim mom, you know this. My title, Eat, Sleep, Swim, Repeat, really, in fact, is 100% accurate because being on the swim team means Monday through Friday, every single day practice. It means meets after practice. It means, you know, banquets, all kinds of things that are team building for, 10 weeks out of your summer. So my daughter gives us everything she's got. So I'm so proud of her. But it really is a commitment. And sometimes she does tell me she feels like that's all she's doing. So she's a little on repeat. But I'm so proud of her. Okay, so I'm going and adding in my eyelet. I'm just going to put that on there. You can see at the top right, I have pulled a geocache with a heart clip. That's actually from Maya Road. It's kind of older. I bought it maybe online. But I'm eventually going to tack that down with in 3 spots with some teal embroidery floss from my stash. I'll also use a couple star ones here in a bit. So I'm just kind of auditioning some stamps from my stash, trying to figure out which ones I'm going to stamp where. And in fact, Eurostar that I'm playing with right now, that's from Felicity Jane. You guys have seen me use that before. It's from a stamp called Felicity. I'm just putting that photo onto the other half of that Project Life card. And I know I want this popped up, but so I can still tuck, I'm just going to put some dimension in the middle. Let's see. I also, you can see now I've pulled those stars. Those paperclip stars are on the top of my layout. I'm not sure where I'm going to put them as of yet, but you can see there I've got that other half of that orange basic gray layout, and I'm liking how that color is peeking out from there. And you guys, it's out of my stash. I can in fact confirm that it did get used, and I am not going to be playing with that thing ever again. So, yay. Okay, so now you see I ended up cutting that Project Life card because my photo wasn't quite big enough, but I wasn't loving the gold peeking out there. So I'm just going to glue that piece that I cut off back on, and you can't even tell. And so, yeah, that's going to work out perfect. I am wanting to pop up for Dimension the tag with my daughter and her friends. And just as I'm getting ready to put my foam on there, I remember, this is still new for me using these alphas. So I'm going to add all of those and use those for Dimension. So, yeah, let's see. I have a scrap piece of chipboard frame. I'm sorry, I apologize. That red frame there peeking out from one of the edges. And I also end up using that awesome Memories frame. Here I am using a Stampin' Up! Punch and punching out from an old Project Life scrap the word happiness, or words, happiness captured. And yeah, I'm just gonna, I think, leave it there. Yeah, I do leave it there. I have the layout next to me. So, so let's see. Yeah, I'm just I do a lot of fidgeting because, yeah, I don't know, I'm cuckoo. But right now I'm gonna look for some stickers and stamps because this is where I'm kind of at. So I got a piece of pattern paper, scrap, 6x6 from my stash, and just kind of looking for what's what. I do end up stamping and putting on the top photograph For the Love Of, and that's in like a speech bubble. And the Love This is from Jilly Bean Soup, and I stamped it on another piece of 6x6 pattern paper. And I'm just adding one of my epoxy bubbles from my stash, you guys. And you've seen me do this tons of times. And now I have instant flare. So, yeah, I love that. One of the other things that I end up doing, one of the miscellaneous dies, is let's see, I end up using a vellum from a stitched rectangle from Lawn Fawn, and from Simon Says Stamp, I stamp So Happy For You, and you'll see that in the pictures at the end. Right now I'm using my paper piecer, and I'm going to put some holes in where I want to tack down, like I mentioned, those clips. So I put 2 stars that I tacked down with the teal embroidery floss on the photo of just my daughter, and I tacked down in 3 spots the geotag next to the word eat. So now, in fact, I'm going to start gluing. So right here you see me, that frame, chipboard frame, it says Awesome Memories. That's actually cut in half, and the bottom portion is on the side there next to my daughter's photo. Yeah, just gluing my bits down and adding some dimension where I feel it's needed. And yeah, you can see there I have my Derwent Inktense pencils on the side there, and those are, I'm going to use a blue one to, in a minute here, with a Stampin' Up! Stencil that looks like water splashes from my stash called Seasonal Decorative Masks. And so you see I've got the pencil there, and those are water activated. So I'm just going to trace a small thin line inside my stencil, and then I'm going to use a fine tip water pen, and with the smallest amount of water I'm going to activate the pencil to essentially add some color splashes to my layout, which I think is perfect for a swim page. You'll see later on that I do end up adding some of my epoxy splash stickers. Yeah, I'm just trying to find out, make sure I have the smallest tip, because and not only do I want to make sure I don't have too much water, because I don't want it to bleed from underneath my stencil, but I want to make sure I have a nice fine tip water pen. So yeah, just getting it started, activating it by giving it a small squeeze and some scratch paper, and I'm going to fill it in. And I don't make you watch me do this, or my head, but I do end up adding it in 5 spots on the layout. Some are darker than others, but I'm fine with that. You can see I've got those splash bubbles already adhered, and now I'm adhering these epoxy circles, which are, you know, acting as my enamel dots for my product jar. And you can see the vellum right over the bottom picture there on the left. I'm going to go ahead and staple down my twine. And yeah, the to-do sticker does make it. Do I love it there? No, but guess what? It's out of my stash. Hip hip. So yeah, that's it, you guys. I would love a thumbs up if you like this video. Also, I'll put my links to my social media if you wanted to follow me, like my pages. I would love that. Subscribe to my channel. I'll put those links in the description box below. You can see the close-ups here. Just use my typewriter to add some little bits of journaling. And yeah, I just love it. I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. And yeah, there'll be a photo at the end. And like I said, I would love for you to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and stay tuned for more. Yeah, have yourself a great week, guys. I'll be back soon. Bye.